Whoa, when there's love, love, love in the air, you see people making faces like they just don't care. Because love is simple, love is free, love is there for you and me. When there's love, love, love-a-day love, and there's love, love, love-a-day love, and there's love, love, love-a-day love, and there's love when there is love. When there's love, love, love-a-day love, and there's love, love, love-a-day love, and there's love, love, love-a-day love, and there's love when there is love. When there's love, love, love in the air, you start to notice all the people loving everywhere. Because love is happy and love is kind, love is yours and love is mine. When there's love, love, love-a-day love, and there's love, love, love-a-day love, and there's love, love, love-a-day love, and there's love when there is love. When there's love, love, love-a-day love, and there's love, love, love-a-day love, and there's love, love, love-a-day love, and there's love when there is love.
Always looking for a new direction, one that's gonna help me find my way. But I'm scared I'm gonna lose protection from the comfort of my everyday. Every time you got to move on, move on. In your heart it's got to be strong, be strong. If you tell yourself you can't let go, then the future you will never know. I meditate, I contemplate perfection, never knowing what I'm searching for. I know the secret to divine connection, but I struggle with that open door. Every time you got to move on, move on. In your heart it's got to be strong, be strong. If you tell yourself you can't let go, then the future you will never know. The more I try to change, the more I find that things are ending up just between us and around us. Om Shri Saraswati. Om Shri Durga Maya. Om Shri Lakshmi Maya. Om Shri Lalita Maya. Om Shri Saraswati. Om Shri Durga Maya. Om Shri Lakshmi Maya. Om Shri Lalita Maya.
Good morning. Welcome to Unity Columbine Spiritual Center, where, centered in God, we celebrate a world of harmony, peace, and abundance for all, and lots of connection. Yay for lots of connection. Let's all stand for our first joy song.
Good morning, everybody. How you doing? You guys ready to be in community? All right. The vibe is good, is it not? All right. That's why this song's called Good Vibes. Here we go. I've got this good vibe feeling I picked up by the riverside. Good vibe feeling fine. So pick me up with your pickup truck. We'll paint this town with a little love. This good vibe feeling, oh yeah, and you'll sing this. Good vibes. I've got these good vibes. I've got these good vibes. I've got these good vibes. Sing it. These good vibes. These good vibes. You, these good vibes. These good vibes. I've got these good vibes. I popped into a local store a couple weeks ago. I was looking for some brand new Nikes. Sadly, there weren't any discounts, there weren't any deals, just a sale on some tandem bikes. So I jumped up on a futon, shouted, I gotta get my groove on. If that didn't start a riot, spatula sale, look out. We're gonna have ourselves a cookout while we're shaking with our bacon, set the place on fire. I've got this good vibe feeling I picked up by the riverside. Good vibe feeling fine. So pick me up in your pickup truck. We'll paint this town with a little love. This good vibe feeling, oh yeah, sing it with me. Good vibes. I've got these yeah. I've got these good vibes. I've got these good vibes. These good vibes. Put those hands together. These good vibes. You know it. These good vibes. These good vibes. I've got these good vibes. I popped into a library just the other day. Can't deny it was kinda quiet. And what unfolded next could be described as dangerous. Not suggesting that you should try it. I jumped up on a table, shouted my body's young and able. If that didn't start a riot, somebody shouted step out. Cause I got more than books to check out. If I said it wasn't me, I might be lying. Got this good vibe feeling I picked up by the riverside. Good vibe feeling fine. So pick me up in your pickup truck. We'll paint this town with a little love. This good vibe feeling, oh yeah, here we go. Good vibes, sing it out. I got these good. Ooh, I got these good. That's right. I've got these good vibes. These good vibes. These good vibes. Come on now. Good vibes. These good vibes. I've got these good. Break it down. I got a vibe. I got a good vibe. This undeniable feeling. I'm glad to be alive. Go and tell the girls. Go and tell the guys. Tell the neighborhood. Tell the whole tribe that we gonna turn it up. Yeah, we gonna get it right. Cause when we're all together, we don't have to pick a side tonight to catch a vibe. To catch a good vibe. To catch a good vibe. Good vibes. I've got these I've got these good vibes. I've got these good. Yeah, these good vibes. These good vibes. Thank you so much. My name is Cody Qualls. This is Brian Stacks. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you, Cody and team. We're so excited you guys are here. And if all the kids can come up. Sorry, I didn't realize it was our turn. I get a little bit confused back there. Okay, come on in. It's right there. Perfect. All right. So, I spent this week in Chicago. Oh, we can't see you. Can you come down here? Can you come down here, Kenyon, so we can see you? There we go. I spent this week in Chicago at the Parliament of World Religions, and it was over the top, over the top phenomenal that we have that kind of coming together, let's put it that way, with all faiths, with the kind of love that I felt. And it is so crucial to have these kind of centers to keep that, to keep us in a place of continual unconditional love and acceptance. So yay unity, and yay our world coming together, and yeah, really inspiring. And I was working with the kid program the entire time, so I brought back some other ideas and made all kinds of contacts, and I think we have a very full morning, so we're ready for you to bless us out.
We have another little song for you here. It's the power of will is what we're up to this month, right? So this might seem like a strange song to do as a joy song for the service, but I feel like with the power of will, it's a perfect song. And this song in the early 90s was one of the most overplayed songs of all time. It might be one of the single most least desired songs of modern music, and yet it has remained in pop culture, and it has remained in my heart. And the reason I love this song is that whether you like it or not, it stays in your head for many days. For many days after it's come into your environment. And I think that there's something just magical about that something can stay with you so profoundly. So we present to you this morning, Achy Breaky Heart. You can tell the world you never was my girl. You can burn my clothes up when I'm gone. You can tell your friends just what a fool I've been and laugh and joke about me on the phone. You can tell my arms to go back to the farm. You can tell my feet to hit the floor. You can tell my lips to tell my fingertips they won't be reaching out for you no more. But you gotta sing this. But don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, I just don't think he'd understand. Ooh-wee! And if you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, he mightn't blow up, he mightn't blow up. Now you can tell your mom I moved to Arkansas. You can tell your dog to bite my leg. Or tell your cousin Cliff his fist can tell my lips he never really liked me anyway. Or tell your Aunt Louise, well, anything you please. Myself already knows I'm not okay. You can tell my eyes to watch out for my mind. It might be walking out on me today, oh yes. But don't tell my heart, my achy breaky, alright, I just don't think you'd understand. Ooh-wee! And if you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, he mightn't blow up, he mightn't blow up. Come on, stand up with us, stand up. I know it might not be your jam, but we're gonna get you by the end of the song. All right, now how many of you know the song? And how many of you don't know the song? Oh, there was a few hands. We should break it down for you. I'll help you out here. Sing it with us, or just talk it. It goes, don't tell my heart, my achy break. It's deep. I just don't think he'd understand. Ooh-wee. And if I made that part up, my achy, breaky heart, he might blow up. He might blow up. Now let's sing it. Don't tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, I just don't think he'd understand. Ooh-wee. And if you tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, he mightn't blow up. He mightn't blow. Do it again. Don't tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, I just don't think he'd understand. And if you tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, he mightn't blow up. He mightn't blow up. Now we're gonna do a dance, so some friends is a must. So I called up my neighbor man, he brought a whole truck. We's about to slap hands, then Ramona showed up. She said, Ramona, don't want Corona, turn out and toe touch. So we hippy dipped, then with fists we rolled up. Then we all came together now as we rolled our shoulders. Now I came to dance and sing, and if you won't do your part, if you're not into working together, don't tell my heart, everybody, my. Oh yeah, I just don't think he'd understand. Ooh-wee. And if you tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, he mightn't blow up. He might. One last time, as loud as you can. Don't tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, I just don't think he'd understand. Ooh. Open your mouth. He mightn't blow up. He mightn't blow up. Unity, thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
For those of you who are not already familiar with Cody Qualls, here he is. Thank you for being here. And Brian, will you share with me your last name? I didn't have it. Stacks. Brian Stacks. So we're grateful they're both here. And now, after getting ourselves energized like that, that's a fabulous way to fill this sanctuary with energy. Now we're going to bring it down just a bit, settle our bodies, and settle in for prayer and meditation, led by our prayer chaplain, Brooke Lindquist, after the meditation music.
As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, who shall wear the robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sisters, let's go down, come on down. Oh, sisters, let's go down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, brothers, let's go down, come on down. Oh, brothers, let's go down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, mothers, let's go down, come on down. Oh, fathers, let's go down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sisters, let's go down. Let's go down. Come on down. Oh, drifters, let's go down. Down in the river to pray.
Take a deep breath and settle into your space, into your deepest, truest self. Connect to your spirit within you, finding that power of will, that willingness to choose truth over falsehood, to choose spirit over ego. We're so grateful that we have the power of will to choose love over fear, to choose authenticity, to find our true selves. That power of will to choose compassion over judgment. The power of will allows us to know that we can choose to live our very best life, to make choices that allow us to rise to our highest, best self in any situation, to find willingness instead of willfulness. We are so grateful, Spirit, for this opportunity to gather together, to enjoy music, to laugh, to celebrate, to love one another, to be in community together. We connect to those on our prayer list and in our prayer box and send our greatest love and gratitude for all of them. And we are so blessed to be together. We find that gratitude and we connect our hearts as one as we lift one another up together and take a few moments in our silent meditation.
This next song we're going to do for you was written in June. It's a brand new song. My wife and I celebrated our 15th anniversary this summer, and in the spirit of the power of will, we have the will to choose each other every day. And I'm just so grateful to be with someone who's chosen me every day as I get to continue to choose her. This is called 15. One life from 2 roads, 3 homes and 4 blessed little souls. It's been wonderful years, there's been challenging days. Our show's a little rock and roll, and it's a little ballet. You danced into my life, just like a movie, with a story too good to write. You danced into my life, the way you move me, the way you move me left and right. It's been 1 song from just 2 notes. 3 was a waltz, it was 4 that made us whole. We've been growing together and we haven't quit yet. I bow to you, my queen, I hope you'll pirouette and dance into my life, just like a movie, with a story too good to write. You danced into my life, just like a movie, the way you move me left and right. And to all those who know you, I hope that I've shown you that I'm the luckiest in line. So dance with me tonight, a little left and right. There's so much story left to write. We keep on moving, finding our groove, and there's so much story left to write. So dance with me tonight, just like a movie, with a story too good to write. You dance into my life, just like a movie, the way you move me left and right. Lovely lady, you're my world. Oh, how you've touched my life. These 15 wonderful years, I'm so lucky you're my wife. Keep moving left to right, keep moving left to right. There's so much story left to write. Thank you. It's an honor. It's an honor to be here with you.
Thanks, Cody. Thanks, Brian. There's so much story left to write. I love that. And we get to choose how we're going to write it. And that's what today is all about, the power of will, our ability to choose. There was a man in the airport who saw another man coming with 2 big cases, and he was going to greet his family. And he goes up to his little boy, who's about 6, and just picks him up and gives him a kiss and a big hug and just, oh, son, I'm just so happy to see you. I missed you so much. And he's kissing him all over his face. And then he goes to his next son, who's about 9 years old, and he too holds his face in his hand and goes, you're becoming a little man, and I'm so proud of you. And just kisses him all over, and just, I'm so glad to see you. Gives him a big hug, and then he takes his baby daughter out of his wife's arms. Baby daughter, I missed you so much, and kisses her all over. And then he looks at his wife, and he said, I saved the best for last. And he gives her a big, passionate kiss. And this man who was next to them watching this, observing this, said, wow, how long have you two been married? And he said, 12 years. We've been together 14. And he said, and how long have you been away? And the man said, 2 whole days. And the man who had been observing this family said, well, wow, I sure hope that my marriage can be
as loving and passionate as yours is when I get to 14 years, 15 years. When I get there, and the man said to him, don't hope, decide, choose. It's a constant choice that we choose love, that we decide to love. It's always our choice. And so I share that story this morning because the power of will is our ability to decide, to determine, to choose. Always. We always have the ability to choose. We're talking about the 12 powers, 1 power a month this year, and this is the power of will. Our 12 powers are spiritual abilities that we have within our consciousness that we're always using. It's a great unity teaching, and Charles Fillmore assigned each one of the powers to one of the 12 apostles. And we're always using these abilities in consciousness, whether we're aware of them or not. So if we're not aware of them, we may be using them unconsciously based on an unconscious belief. Or we can use them from our personality self, from our ego self, to get our way, to be willful, to dig our heels in, to make sure that we get what we want. Or we can use them, this power of will, from a higher perspective, from a more broader perspective where everyone is blessed by our actions. Everyone is blessed by what we choose. And we choose based on the best Christ we can be, or Christess. Christess, as my spiritual director says to me, my Christess self. We get to decide how we're going to use these 12 spiritual powers. They're always working, and they work together. But we first choose in our minds before we take any action. And we can mix it up. I'm seeing people sitting in different seats today, and it's like kind of mixing me up, but I love it. And I've got my iPad on the other side of me, too, so I mixed that up, too. But you're all getting in with the game. I love that. So the power of will. Will is, Sharon Connor says in Adventures in Resilience, which is a great book we have in the bookstore about the 12 powers. She says, will is decision-making, directing, choosing faculty of the mind. It is our capacity to say yes or no to opportunities and options. The highest expression of will is willingness, conscious consent, the will of God. Consciously consent the will of God. So the power of will is this executive power of mind, this power that we use in our consciousness, and it directs all the other powers. When I took the 12 powers class through the SEE at Unity, Paul Hasselbeck said, somebody asked him, which is the first power? And we always teach that faith is the first power. You have to believe something first. But he said, really, will, because we choose what we believe. We choose if we're going to be strong with our power of strength. We choose how we're going to discern. We choose all of this. So will is the power that gets everything in motion, that gets everything going. And we can use it from the small self and be willful. We have to get our way. And that's a very narrow way of using this power of will. It's only how it affects us, not how it affects everyone. Instead, we could think, how will my life, how will my the decisions I make and the actions I take benefit everyone? That's using the power of will from the highest, deepest, the best version of ourselves that we can think of. What is my divine guidance? If you watch The Chosen, Matthew is the apostle that is associated with the power of will. And Matthew in The Chosen is the tax collector. Anybody remember Matthew? He's a little odd, and in the beginning, he's like, it has to be done a certain way. He's very willful about it. Things are only this way. No outside the box thinking, just this way. And then Jesus says to him, follow me. Do you ever get guidance where you hear that still small voice and it says, this way? And you have to drop that willfulness. You have to drop the borders of the box. You have to open it up. You have to open yourselves up to be willing. And we see in The Chosen how Matthew is then willing. He wants to learn the Torah. He had never studied it. He wants to learn the ways of Jesus. He wants to learn about the apostles and their lives. And he's much more willing and much more open. And it's beautiful how they made Matthew portrayed according to Unity teachings. It's not a Unity show, but it's beautiful how it worked out. And we always have free will. So we get to make choices. This is a privilege of being human, that we get to make choices. We don't teach in Unity that there's predetermination. We don't teach that there's a fated thing that's going to happen no matter what. That is not our teaching. Our teaching is that we're creative. Our teaching is that we have free will, that we can choose. It doesn't mean there won't be consequences to the choices we make, because there's always a consequence to what we choose, to those decisions we make. There's something happens after our choices. So we do want to be careful and thoughtful in the choices we make. And use that power of will to decide to see the will of God, the will of Spirit, the will of my highest self. What is my highest self calling me to do right now, to choose right now, what action to take right now? We can stay stuck in the sameness of life, or we can create another story, create a new story. It's never too late. As long as we're taking breath, we can create another story. In Joshua chapter 24, verse 15, it says, "Choose this day whom you will serve," or what you will serve. Choose this day what you will serve. Are you ready to serve life? Are you ready to serve your soul's evolution? Or do you want to serve money or your job or your calendar or whatever it is for you that isn't quite feeling joyful? Choose this day whom you will serve. We can will ourselves to gain knowledge, but we can't will ourselves to gain wisdom. We can will ourselves to go to bed, but we can't will ourselves to be asleep. We can't will happiness, but we can allow it by opening our minds to see more clearly. There's a Christian scripture story in the book of Mark, chapter 8, verse 22 to 26, and it says, they came to Bethsaida. Okay, I went to Google so many times to pronounce that word. Bethsaida. Some people brought a blind man to him and begged him to touch him. He took the blind man by the hand and led him out of the village. And when he had put saliva on his eyes and laid his hands on him, he asked him, "Can you see anything?" And the man looked up and said, "I can see people, but they look like trees walking." Then Jesus laid his hands on his eyes again, and he looked intently, and his sight was restored, and he saw everything clearly. Then he sent him away to his home, saying, "Do not even go into the village." So if we look at this story metaphysically, which is what one of the Unity's beautiful teachings, that we have these metaphysical teachings or interpretations of the scriptures. Bethsaida means unwillingness. So, and people represent our thoughts. So we have thoughts that are in this unwilling state. Unwilling state. We all have thoughts in an unwilling state. We all have thoughts that I'm not going to change. They should change. She should change. He should change. The government should change. But not me. We're in Bethsaida when we're in that frame of mind. But then we get just a little inkling of spirit or of something more than ourselves. It's something brighter and lighter or freer or happier or more loving. That's that spirit. There's that Christ consciousness. That's Jesus representing that in this story, who brings the man or that thought out of Bethsaida, out of that state of unwillingness. They have to move out of that. And he puts his hands on his eyes. Now can you see? Now can you see? And the man says, well, I see something, but the people look like trees walking. It takes practice. We have to train our will. We have to train our power of will to follow divine guidance. It doesn't just happen. It's something we have to consciously work at with will. Just like understanding that we talked about last month, the two work together. You're not going to understand without your choosing to try to understand, and you're not going to choose it without a desire to have greater understanding. They work together. And so Jesus has to put his hands on his eyes again. We have to have spirit, life, God, direct our vision to see more fully, to see more clearly. And then the man sees people as people are, not as trees walking. He's gotten his vision. And so what does Jesus or life or spirit or God say to him? But don't go back to that place of unwillingness. Don't go back to that place of willfulness where we all, and just because we're practicing doesn't mean we don't go back there, because we get triggered, we get trapped, and it happens, and that happens in our humanity. But the more we practice it, the more we're able to stay in that place, the more we're able to trust that divine guidance that is always there for us, always speaking to us, always whispering to us. Practice it. Choose this day whom you will serve. Choose this day. The other night, Kevin and I watched a movie on Prime called 13 Lives. Has anybody seen it? Nobody's seen it? Oh, it's so good. It's about the soccer team in Thailand who got trapped in the cave in northern Thailand in 2018, and their coach. So it's 13 of them. Fascinating story. I thought I knew the story. And most of us probably know a bit about the story and how it ends, but I remember somebody telling me to watch it, and I go, but you know the ending. And she said, oh, it doesn't matter that you know the ending. It's intense, and it's fantastic. And it's all about these people that are choosing to do good. Choosing. There were 10,000 volunteers in northern Thailand trying to help these boys get rescued. There were over 100 divers diving to try to find them. It took 9 days to find the boys. 9 days. They were 4 kilometers into the cave. And it took them 6 hours to get to them. And they only stopped because they ran out of rope. Because they were creating a trail. They ran out of rope, and they smelled them before they saw them. They were in there 9 days. And then it took them another 8 days to get them all out. It's a fascinating story of our ability to choose to follow our will. These 2 divers that were from Britain, they're cave rescue volunteers. Cave diver rescue, something, I don't, okay. British Cave Rescue Council. The British Cave Rescue Council. And they had lots of Thai divers to rescue. I mean, it's an incredible, incredible story about how they chose. And then there was a guy that understood how the mountain worked, and there were all these sinkholes around the mountain, and they had to stop the water from getting in the sinkholes because the rain was coming down fast and the water was rising, and they had to do everything they could to make sure the boys got out alive. The divers thought they were looking for bodies after 8 or 9 days. And so this guy that understood the water and tried to get the water away from the cave, he went to the village. He says, it's going to cost something. And he goes to the villagers, the people that are working the land, the crop, the farmers. And he says, this is what we need to do. We need to move the water, and it's going to go into your farmland. And they said, we're going to lose our crops. And they said, yes. And they said, it didn't take long. They said, do it. See, they chose as well. They chose from that higher self what's best. And then the Thai government had to they wanted to be in charge, but they knew that these British cave rescue divers knew what they were doing. And so they were willing to let them take the lead. And they tried to come up with so many different ways to get the boys out safely, and they were running out of time because monsoon season was starting, and they were running out of oxygen. And they came up with, this is something, and I'm not going to tell you what it is in case you don't know, because I didn't know. My husband said he knew, but how they got them out is incredible. So I highly recommend this movie, but it's a great example of choosing from the higher self, of making that choice, of being willing to step outside the box, of being willing to try something different. We don't know how much good we can do when we're willing instead of willful. Yesterday I was running Sloan's Lake in Denver, and on the south part of the lake, they've been, for the last year and a half at least, they've had fences up, and they've been redoing the playground. And I'm running, and all of a sudden the gravel path didn't stop by a fence, and I look up, because I'm always, making sure my footing. The playground was open, and there were tons of kids there, and it was such a joyful, I'm like, oh, yay. There were so many kids. This brand new playground is beautiful. And I started thinking, there's so many spiritual lessons at Sloan's Lake. But I started thinking about how, what fences do we have built up? What fences need to come down so we can get to our playfulness, get to our spontaneity, get to our joy? I know my vision statement for this year in Prosperity Plus includes being more playful, being more spontaneous, being more joyful, being more alive. And that requires letting go of some of that willfulness that I think I know better than Spirit. I don't. But we all get in that mindset where we do think that. I have this new piece of art hanging in my bedroom, and it's the first thing I see when I open my eyes because it's right there on my wall, and it's by my friend Lisa Tusignet, and she's going to show a picture of it. This is the painting, and it's just, the picture doesn't do it justice. It's stunningly beautiful, and it's called Just Imagine. And so I have a new practice. When I wake up, I think, just imagine. Just imagine what today can bring. Just imagine what choices I can make today. Just imagine how life can unfold if I'm willing instead of willful. If I'm willing. Be willing. And I didn't know this. I could see on the lower left-hand corner that Lisa had some words there, and I was asking her we were talking on the phone yesterday, and I asked her, well, what is under there? Because I know there's some words on the painting. And she said, well, that was the first layer, and it's called Desiderata. I'm Anybody hear that? I know I'm not saying it right, but it's a beautiful quote, text, poem. There's some controversy over where it came from or how long ago it was written, but it was copyrighted by Max Ehrmann in 1927. And the part that I can see, part of the part I can see is this. And whether or not it's clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him or her to be. And whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace in your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful. Strive to be happy. All of those are choices we can make every day. Choose this day whom you will serve. We get to choose how we're going to show up. We get to choose whether we're going to be happy or cheerful. We get to choose what kind of attitude we're going to bring to our work, to our lives, to our family, to our friends. We get to choose that. We can't will ourselves to be happy or cheerful, but we can make it welcome. We can allow it by not demanding life be a certain way for us. We can allow ourselves to have new experiences and be open to different things. That's why I love that some of you are sitting in different places. Be willing. There's another spiritual lesson from Sloan's Lake. The other day, Kevin and I were walking to Pilates, and there was a race or something going, a bunch of tents and a lot of people and a lot of balloons and the music. You know that song, now I can't remember the words. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe, you know that one. Don't believe me, just. So that was playing. I'm looking at, Cody, you know that song. And so Kevin and I started dancing. And we were dancing the rest of the way to Pilates because the music travels over the lake. I'm like, how fun is this? And so we get back after Pilates, and I get on YouTube and I get right to this video.
Subscribe.
I love that. So just be willing to try something different, to change it up. Be all you came here to be, to live your potential. Are you willing? Are you willing? Yeah? Choose this day whom you will serve. Choose joy, choose fun, choose laughter, choose something different. When you leave today, our greeters have baskets, and inside are little strips of paper. Take one, and it's an invitation to try something different. Some of them are silly. Some of them are, just give somebody new a hug or something like that. And if you pick one and it's not anything different from you, then put it back and pick a different one, because I want you, the invitation is to try something different, to unfold the box and let yourself out of the box, to be willing. And it doesn't mean take one out. If you don't like it, put it back. No. Try it. You'll like it. So choose this day whom you will serve, and have all the fun with it. Yeah. Okay. Namaste. Peace, peace.
That was great. Thank you. What a blessing. It is really wonderful, again, to be here at Unity. I've only been here to do the service one other time, and it was just such a vibe. I remember going home and telling my wife, gosh, as musicians, we play at night more often. It's more common to get work at night, but to come, usually at night, if you're playing out at a club, people have a couple drinks, and then they're ready to go, but to walk in here at 10 in the morning and you're ready to go, it's like, I said, I feel like I need to be over there more. The song we're going to do now, I really loved what Sue said about how we can choose, how we can't make our life and our feelings, we can't make them, will them to be something they're not, but how we frame that and how we choose to reflect on the challenges and the joys that come our way that's a really powerful tool. And this next song we're going to do is called Burns Down. And I started writing it in the fall of 2022. A woman who was affected by the Marshall Fire came up to me after a gig, and she said, "You're from Louisville. The anniversary of the Marshall Fire is coming. Could you write a song about the Marshall Fire and the way it's impacted the community?" And I said, I was interested in that, but I wanted to know more. So I went and I interviewed a lot of folks who lost their homes, and I got to know some of the community up on the top of McCaslin there. And I've been in Louisville my whole life, so of course I knew many people already, but I really, really I didn't want to write this song from hey, let's write a song about the Marshall Fire. It couldn't be that for me. And so we worked on it for nearly a year and a half, and we were set to release it last Friday in Boulder. We played a show with my full band in Boulder. And once we had set it into release, the Lahaina fire occurred. And my family, right after the Marshall Fire, we were scheduled to leave for Hawaii like a week later, which is a weird feeling as a local to have all this tragedy here at home and then to be kind of taking off to the tropics. But we spent over a week in Lahaina, and it just felt, I don't know, it felt connected in some way. So I'd like to dedicate this song to all of those affected by the Marshall Fire. And if you were in the community, you were a part of that. And all those in Lahaina and all of humanity. This is called Burns Down. Oh, my life, a river. It's steady build, a mast. But heat will make you shiver. Oh my, a fire is fast. When it all burns down, and it's taken everything we knew, I'll greet you in the ashes, undefeated by the flames. It can't take you from me, it can't take me from you. When it all burns down, and now I walk a sliver of all my former paths. the strength of a surrender resolves my sordid past. When it all burns down and it's taken everything we knew, I'll greet you in the ashes, undefeated by the flames. It can't take you from me, it can't take me from you. Whatever blows through town, and even if it took our bodies too, that can't separate us either. I'll meet you in the ether. It can't take you from me, it can't take me from you. When it all burns down, life is such a river, it's a taker and a giver. There's a sweetness in the bitter. I'm forsaken and delivered at the same time. Have you ever felt delivered and forsaken at the same time? Life is such a river, it's a taker and a giver. There's a sweetness in the bitter. I'm forsaken and delivered at the same time. Have you ever felt delivered and forsaken at the same? When it all burns down and it's taken everything we knew, I'll greet you in the ashes, undefeated by the flames. It can't take you from me, it can't take me from you. When it all burns down, thank you so much. I would just really quickly like to add that that was also written by a woman named Cass Clayton, who is in the community as well, and also a gentleman named Mateo. So it was a community collective collaboration. I wanted to give them their credit. So.
Thank you so much. I'm sure I'm not the only one that felt that very powerfully. We have quite a few people in our community, actually, who have a connection to Hawaii. So that, as well as our local Marshall Fire connection. So let's all take a deep breath and let's say our purpose statement together. We commit to increasing our spiritual awareness, diversifying our community, manifesting our highest potential, and positively impacting the world. And when we talk about positively impacting the world, we're referring to, of course, the world of our community here within Columbine, but also a much broader world. The Boulder area, Boulder County, and the bigger world. One of the ways that we do that is by offering programs or offering different kinds of opportunities here for people to connect and expand and grow. And that takes funds. And this is the time in our service when we offer you the opportunity to support that aspect of our community growth. So there are many ways to share. You see that on the screen in front of you. One of the ways is during our service today. So let's say our offering blessing together. God's love has always met and will always meet all my needs. I give freely, I receive abundantly, and I am grateful. And as our ushers pass around the offering bags, let's give a wave to our online viewers. We're very glad you're here with us, either now or in the future. Your presence is important to us. And if you can get back here in person, that's lovely. And if you can't, just know that you're in our hearts no matter what. So today, we have a special guest to speak to us about our upcoming Oktoberfest. So Piri Jensen, will you please come up? Oh, you have helpers.
Dave, you want to stand over here on the left? Yeah. All right. So, hi, community, Columbine community. I am so glad to be here and be a part of you. And speaking to you, I've never been up here before. It's really exciting. We have a big celebration coming up on September 16th, which is our Oktoberfest. And how many people have gone to the annual fundraiser before? Okay. So if you haven't been, this is your opportunity to make it a first. In fact, this could be your creative opportunity that Sue spoke about. Do something different. What I'm here to speak about is our community needs resources, like to have great musicians come and sing to us and have this great lighting to highlight my hair and and the air conditioning and the heat and the shoveling of the walk. So there's all kinds of things that are kind of hidden that we maybe take for granted. Yeah, I don't take you for granted. Okay. All right. So what I want to go into today is, what is this bag hanging on my arm for? Does anyone recognize this bag? It's called a Buy It bag. At the Oktoberfest, there'll be an opportunity for everyone in the community to make a donation as a gift to the community, which your friends will buy. Now, the gift could be something like, if you're an extraordinary and extreme extrovert like me, you'll go to stores and you'll ask for gifts. Like, I've already gotten a massage, and I've already gotten a pedicure for you all to get, and I've gotten some lessons from Silo's Pilates. But maybe you are not an extrovert and you do not want to ask anyone to give you anything. Well, I'm asking you to give to Columbine, because I know, as Sue often tells you, everyone has a talent and everyone's creative. In fact, I know that there are people here that are very talented with email and computers. And some people are really organized. Some people are artists. Maybe they could paint someone's dog or cat or a favorite flower. Or someone's an author with with wisdom in their books. They could offer their books. Oh, what are you standing here for? Oh, that's right. I forgot about you, didn't I? We also have bakers. Okay, just think of people who on a special occasion just are overwhelmed with the thought of buying or making something. You could offer your favorite bakery goods. Or you could offer to shovel someone's walk who is not so strong as you, like 3 times a year. Or you could give pickleball lessons like Dave does and Johnny Adario. All right? So there is really, this is your opportunity, as Sue said, to be willing and creative. Think about what you can give. And if you really are convinced that you have no talent and creativity, go to your favorite pizza parlor and buy a $50 gift certificate. And you can put that in a bag, and then someone else will know where to go to get pizza next time. So now you know what a Buy It bag is. You know that it's due on September 10th so that it can be prepared in these pretty bags. So you don't have to create a basket. You don't have to do anything but offer some of your time, talent, or your favorite pizza. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Peary and Sandy and Dave. Next Sunday, we are having a back-to-school ice cream social. And I neglected to say last week, everyone's invited. You might have gone away thinking it was only for those who are going back to school, but that's not true. You're all invited, so please join us. And you don't need to register. Just join us in Foss Hall after the service. And then we have a quick video to show you about connection and community.
It's smarter to travel in groups.
So we're not actually asking you to take the bus. This is an invitation to remind you that our fall book study is about to start, and small groups are one of the most powerful ways that you can make connections here at Columbine. In addition to just the growth that you might experience, Reverend Sue has actually shared with me that we've had a marriage come out of a book study group. We've had deep friendships develop and just greater connection, in addition to the sense of community and the growth from the text itself. So we are starting on September the 17th, the week of September 17th. Right now we have 8 different groups identified. If you feel called to be a facilitator, we would love to have 2 more groups. And you choose the day of the week and the time of day, looking at the days that we already have set up. And then you invite people into your home or to a Zoom call, and you get a book study guide as a facilitator. And then on Thursday, in the email update, you will receive links. You can look at all the days and times that are available. Choose the one that works for you and register for that one. And then we're also going to go old school on Sunday with paper signups as well. So either way, we'll want for you to have that opportunity. So just a quick reminder that it's more fun in groups in addition to being safer. So who are our prayer chaplains today? Tink and Lena, thank you so much. So these prayer chaplains at Columbine serve a really important function for all of us. They give us a way to have someone else help us sometimes just organize our emotions or our thoughts around an issue. And remember, it's not just for a prayer request in stress or crisis. You can also speak with one of the prayer chaplains to celebrate something. So we thank you for your service today, and all the prayer chaplains, Brooke today earlier as well. So let's all stand and sing the peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
I neglected to mention that Cody has several performances coming up, and he has a small merchandise table out there, so please check in with him about what's upcoming. Thank you again.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Awesome. Thank you, Unity. We're going to leave you with some good vibes. Here we go. I've got this good vibe feeling I'm picked up by the riverside. Good vibe. good vibe feeling, oh yeah. Good vibes. I've got these good vibes. I've got these good vibes. I've got these good vibes. 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 I've got these good vibes. I got a vibe, so now I'm feeling I'm glad to be alive. I got a vibe, I got a good vibe, so now I'm feeling I'm glad to be alive. Go and tell the girls, go and tell the guys, tell the neighborhood, tell the whole tribe. We gon' turn it on, we gon' get it right. When we're all together, we don't have to pick a side tonight. Just get your vibe, to get your good vibe. To get your good vibe. Good vibes. I've got these good vibes. I've got these good vibes. I've got these good vibes. 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 I've got these good vibes. I popped into a local store a couple weeks ago. I was looking for some brand new knives. Sadly, there weren't any discounts, there weren't any deals, just a sale on some tandem bikes. I jumped up on a futon, shouted, I gotta get my groove on. If that didn't start it right, spatula sale, look out. We're gonna have ourselves a cookout while we're shaking with our bacon, set the place on fire. This good vibe feeling now, picked up by the riverside. Good